Hello, I am Curtis Simpson. I am the CISO and CIO at Armis. I'm responsible for, as you would expect, security, compliance, IT. I also run managed services and do a lot of field work for the company. As I think about SaaS security at Armis or anywhere that I've been, the reality is that there's a high degree of proliferation of these tools within the environment. We often move very quickly in terms of consuming these tools. And as I think about the risks, I think about the risks from multiple perspectives, but I primarily think about how users use these platforms and what they're able to do with or without controls. And as I think about that holistically, what I really think about is how do we enforce a standard level of controls, a standard level of consistency across these platforms that align with things like our data sharing standards, data security standards. It's particularly important for a company like ours as we think about the fact that we service the industry and we consume a lot of information. And I want to make sure that as SaaS solutions proliferate, that our use of data within those platforms, again, remains consistent, standards-based, and compliance and security-based in terms of driving those standards specifically. Yeah, I think one of the futures is a central means of being able to understand how we're consuming SaaS solutions in terms of who's consuming them, the data that's flowing in and out of these solutions, how they're interacting with one another, where they're not. And then, of course, some of the basics around ensuring that some of those basic controls are in place around authentication, permissions, and all of those standards. But it's really a central view, and then combining mandates with actual configurations and being able to manage all of that consistently across the board. So DoControl is the solution that's ultimately stitching together everything that I said. So without DoControl, we're unable to apply consistent controls, but with DoControl, we can apply controls once in terms of identifying the control, designing the control, implementing the control, and then delivering a consistent experience to users, but also delivering consistent visibility and control back to my team and my program. You guys have always been great. Your smile, I think, gives that away right out the gate. But you guys have always been super positive, very much partners to work with. And even when we've had challenges, you guys have been right there to make sure that those challenges are rapidly addressed such that we can continue to gain value from the solution in all the right ways.